Hello students, this is Dr. Padmaja, Associate Professor, Department of CSE, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. In this video, we are going to solve a number of problems using the concepts of list, tuple, set and dictionary. Now, let us start with the first problem. The name of the first problem is called two-sum problem. First, we need to understand the problem statement. Now, given an array of integer nums and an integer target, so you have been given one integer array and a target value. Return the indices of the two numbers such that they add up to target. So if you will add two integers, then it will be same as the target value. You may assume that each input would have exactly one solution, and you may not use the same element twice. These are the constants given. You can return the answer in any order. So here we have been given one nums array containing some integer 2, 7, 11 and 15 and one target value. You have to take exactly two elements at a time and you have to add it up so that you will get your target. Suppose if I'll take the first two elements 2 and 7, 2 plus 7 becomes 9. So we got our target. So if we will get our target, then what are the indices at which the numbers are present? 2 is present at index number 0 and 7 is present at index number 1. So we have to return the indices of those numbers, which if you will add, that will make up to the target. Okay. So here num of 0 plus num of 1 becomes 9. So we have to return their indices as 0 and 1. Let us understand this second test case. So here the nums array contains 3, 2, 4 and target value is 6. So if I'll take the first two values 3 plus 2, nums of 0 plus nums of 1, 3 plus 2 becomes 5. So it is not meeting the target. If I'll take the next two values 2 and 4, then 2 plus 4 becomes 6. So it is at nums of 1 plus the second value at nums of 2 will give you the target 6. So what are the indices? Indices are 1 and 2. So we have to return 1, 2. This is the output we are expecting. In the third one, there are two integers. Nums is equal to 3, 3 and target is 6. Okay. So if you will take the two numbers, 3 plus 3 becomes 6. So it is nums of 0th index plus nums of first index. So the answer is 0, 1. Question is very simple, that you have to take an integer nums and a target value is the input given, or you have to use it as parameters, and then you have to add it up the numbers, two numbers at a time, so that if it is making up to the target, if it is same as the target, then you have to return their indices. Otherwise, move on to the next pair of elements. Now let us see how to write down the code in Python. Right. So let us consider one test case 2, 7, 11 and 15. So let us take nums array contains the element 2, 7, 11 and 15 and our target is 9. Okay. So we'll see both the test cases. Here we have taken one test case here. So we'll see both the test cases. Okay. Initially my nums array contains 3 to 4 and target is my 6. So I have written a function called toSum and I'm passing nums array and the target. Okay. So nums array and target are passed here. Now for I in the range of length of nums. What is length of nums? So your length of nums is 3. So this is 3. So I will run from 0, 1, 2. 3 times it will run. Similarly, j in the range of length of nums is 3 again. So j will take the value 0, 1 and 2. So 3 times inner loop is also going to run. If the index numbers are not same, if I not equals to j, first time I value is equal to 0 and j value is equal to 0, outer loop and inner loop, right? So if I is not equal to j, no, it is false because I is equal to j. So again we will run this inner loop second time. Now second time I is equal to 0 and j becomes 1. Now I is not equal to j, yes it is true, and nums of I plus nums of j is equal to target. What is nums of I? So which is nothing but nums of 0 plus nums of 1. Nums of 0 is how much? Nums of 0 is, if you will say 0, 1, 2. Nums of 0 is 3 plus nums of 1 is 2. Is it equal to your target? What is your target? Target is 6. Is it equal to 6? No. Fine? No. So if it is false, then again we'll run the inner loop. Now j is equal to 2. So again I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 2. Again do I is not equals to j. Yes, true. Nums of 0 plus nums of 2 is equal to target. Nums of 0 is how much? 3 plus nums of 2 is how much? 4 is equal to target? No. Right? Now, so what we will do? Next time. Now, once the inner loop is over, the control will go to outer loop. So, when the control will go to outer loop, I becomes 1. Earlier I becomes 0, now it becomes 1. Again, inner loop will start from 0. So, j is equal to 0. So, I is not equals to j. Yes, true. Now, nums of 1 plus nums of 0. Is it make up to the target 6? Nums of 1 is how much? Nums of 1 is 2. Plus nums of 0 is 3. 3 plus 2 becomes 6? No. So, inner loop will run again. So, again I is equal to 1 and j becomes 1. Now, both indices are same. So, condition is false. Next time, I is equal to 1, j is equal to 2. So, again, nums of 1 plus nums of 2 is equal to 6. What is nums of 1? Is 2 plus nums of 2 is how much? It is 4. 2 plus 4 becomes 6. Yes, it is true. So, whenever it is true, what is the value of I and j? I is equal to 1, j is equal to 2. We have to return 1, 2 as the answer. So, return I, j, 1, 2 as the answer we are returning. So, same thing you can test it with any other test case also. So, I hope this question's answer is clear. So, here we are declaring a function called 2sum, and we are passing the nums array and the target. Okay. Now, every index value for I is equal to 0, we try with all the other values of g. Okay. Now, wherever they do not match, the indices do not match, we compare their sum and check with the target. So, if it is matching with the target, then we have to return their indices. So, I hope this question is clear. Now, next we will move on to the second problem. Now, second question is contains duplicate. The name of the problem is contains duplicate. Now, given an integer array nums, return true if any value appears at least twice in the array, and return false if every element is distinct. So, if there is any duplicate element in the array, it should return true. If all the elements are distinct, then it should return false. So, let us check the test cases. The nums array contains 1, 2, 3, 1. So, it contains duplicate elements. So, returns true. Second test case, 1, 2, 3, 4. All are distinct elements. So, it returns false. Third one, duplicate elements are there. Yes, it is there. So, it will return true. Okay. This question is very simple, that you have to check whether the array contains duplicate elements or not. So, let us see how to solve this question. Now, if you will take any test case, 1, 2, 3, 1. So, let us take nums array contains 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay. Now, so we are passing the nums array to the function. The name of the function is contains duplicate. Now, first of all, we want to sort it. So, if you will do sorting, nums dot sort, then how my output will look like? It will look like 1, 1, 2, 3. It is sorted. Right? Now, for I in the range of length of nums minus 1, because the index starts from 0. So, length of nums minus 1. So, length of nums is how much? 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. So, I will take up the values. So, I will take up the values 0, 1, 2. Okay, right. Now, first time the value of I is equal to 0. So, if you see the after sorting the values 1, 1, 2, 3, The index numbers are 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay. Nums of y, nums of 0. Nums of 0th index, if it is same as the value which is present at nums of 0 plus 1 is 1, I plus 1. Means the element which is there at 0th index, if it is same as the element which is there at the first index, then that means the duplicate elements are there. So we are returning true. Okay. If it is not there, second time I is equal to 1. So second time. So here nums of 0 and nums of 1 both contain same element. So yes, true. So it will return true. Second time. So if it is returning true, it will come out. But if it is false, for example, suppose second time, if the test case is 1, 2, 3, 4. So first time 1 and 2 are different elements. So second time it will run for I is equal to 1 for second test case. Okay. If nums of 1 is equal to nums of 2, so that means we are comparing 2 and 3. Are they same or different? If it is different, so are they same? No. So it will return false. Okay. So this way this problem is going to run to check whether the list or array contains duplicate elements or not. This is a very simple problem. So where we have to simply run the loop and we have to check with the element with its neighboring element. So if the element and its neighboring elements are same, then you have to return true because they are duplicate elements. Otherwise, you have to return false. Now, move on to the next problem. The name of the problem is called plus 1. You are given a large integer represented as an integer array digits. Okay. You have been given a large integer. It is represented as integer array digits. For example, if the number is 123, it is represented as 1, 2, 3. This is the question given. If your digit is 123, it is given as an integer array of digits. Okay. Where each digit of I is the ith digit of the integer. Okay. Now, the digits are ordered from most significant to least significant in left to right order. Okay. So, this is the most significant bit and this is the least significant bit. So, these are ordered from left to right. The large integer doesn't contain any leading zeros because if it is an integer number, it should not start with 0. So, increment the large integer by 1 and return the resulting array of digits. Suppose my digit is, let me take here as digit. Suppose my digit is 123, then I have to do digit is equal to digit plus 1. So it becomes 124. 123 plus 1 is 124. Then how will I represent? Again, I have to represent it back as 1, 2, 4. Okay. So your input is given as an array of digits. So like as 1, 2, 3, which is the number 123. You add 1 to that and you have to represent or show the output in the form of again array of digits as the output 1, 2, 4. Okay. So this is the question. Now, what are the test cases that you have to satisfy? So there are several test cases. Let us understand. Now, suppose my digits is 1, 2, 3. So after adding 1, my output should be 1, 2, 4. Right? So that means in the array, this is the last digit. So let us say the index number is -1, here the index number is -2, here the index number is -3. The last digit is 3. If I'll add a 1 to that, plus 1 if I'll do, I'm going to get this digit. Okay. So if this value is less than 9, then I can simply add 1 and I'll get my required output. Right. If this value is, suppose my digits contain 1 to 9, then what will happen? If it is containing 1 to 9, if I'll add 1 to this, then what will be the answer? My answer will be 9 plus 1 becomes 10. So here it should be 0. And that carry should be added over here. So it should be 1, 2 plus 1, 3, 0. 1, 3, 0 should be my answer. This is another test case. Okay. Otherwise, if my digits contain 199 as the test case, if I'll add 1, so how my output will look like? This is the output of the previous test case. How my output will look like? Now, 9 plus 1 becomes 10, so I should get a 0 over here. Then we carry over here. 9 plus 1 becomes 10. Again a 0 over here. And again 1 plus 1 becomes 2. So my answer should be 2, 0, 0. Right? This is another test. This is test case number 1. This is test case number 2. This is 3. And one more test case is there. If my digit contains only a single digit 9, after adding 1, how my output will look like? My output will look like 10, which is 1, 0. So this is my fourth test case. So I need to satisfy all the test cases through my program. Right? So how to solve this problem and how to write recursive code of this, let us try to understand through each test case. Now what is my first test case? Suppose my input is in the form of 1, 2, 3. This is my first test case. Okay. So I am calling a function called +1 and passing the digits array. So my digits array contains 1, 2, 3. Now I will check the last digit of it. So if it is less than 9, then simply add +1 and return. So digit of -1 is the element at the last index. If it is less than 9, then what I will do? Digit of -1 is equal to digit of -1 plus 1. So here I will just add 1 so that my output will be look like 1, 2, 4. And I will return my digits. And I will return my answer. Fine? Okay. Otherwise, so the second test case. Suppose I have my digits array which is a single number 9. Then what will happen? So, first test case is over. Second test case. If my number is 9, then digits of -1 is less than 9? No. It is same as 9. Now, we'll check the second test case. Length of digits array is 1? Yes, it is 1. And digits of 0, either you can take index -1 or you can take the index is 0, is equal to 9. Yes, it is there. Then how much you have to return? You have to return 1, 0 because 9 plus 1 becomes 10. So you have to store it as 1, 0. Second test case is satisfied. Third test case. In the third test case, if my input is 199 for example, then what will happen? Let us understand. Now, my input is 199 first time. So, digits of -1. Last digit is less than 9? No. Length of the digit is 1? No. Now coming to the third one. So, if it is 199 plus 1, whenever you will do, it will generate a 0. It will 9 plus 1 become 10. It will 0 and carry will be 1. Right? So, that means at this location, you have to change it to 0. So, digits of -1, I will make it 0. Digits of -1, I will make it 0. Next. Again, that carry has to be added again with the previous digit. So what I will do, I'll call the function 1 plus 1 and I'll pass the digits. I'll pass the digits from 0 to -1. 0 to -1 means my list is now changed to 1 and 9. Okay, 0 to up to -1. When -1 will come, it will stop. So it is up to -1 is 1 and 9. So that I am passing. So next time what will happen? So next time I am passing 1, 9. Now again in this place, is it less than 9? No. Length of the digits is equal to 1? No. So what will happen? Coming to this place, length digits of -1 you make it 0. So you have to make this as 0. So it becomes 0. So this one we will change it to 0. Right? Okay. And we will again call the function by replacing. We will again call the function by doing length of digits, that is +1 we are calling, and digits of 0 to -1. So third time it becomes only 1. So third time we'll write only 1. right? Now we'll check. If it is only one digit, is it less than 1? Is it less than 9? Yes. So make it only digits of -1 plus 1. So it becomes 2. It becomes 2. Return the digits. Okay. So what will happen in this way? My output will be transformed to 200. Okay. This is my answer. So in this example, we have tried to solve or answer all the test cases, all the possible test cases through this code. Okay. So this is about the +1 coding. Now we'll move on to the next problem. Next problem statement is called majority element. Given an array nums of size n, return the majority element. What do you mean by a majority element? The majority element is the element that appears more than n by 2 times. If an element appears more than half of the times, then that element we call it as majority element. You may assume that the majority element always exists in the array. Okay, the element which is the majority element is also existing in the array. For example, you see nums array contains 3, 2, 3. If you will count, if you will do count of the element 3, it is present 2 times. If you will find out count of 2, it is present only 1 time. Okay, what is length of nums? Length of nums is equal to 3. Okay, so which is nothing but, let us say, n. So n by 2 if you will do, that is 3 by 2 is 1. So if the element is present more than 1 time, if the count of the element is greater than n by 2 times, n by 2 times, then that element we have to return, that is the majority element. That is the majority element. So this question is very simple. So we can use a built-in count method to count the elements present in the list. So if that count value is greater than the length of the list by 2, half of the length, then that is the majority element. Let us see how to code it. Now, let us take the example 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. So nums array contains, okay, otherwise first we'll check with 3, 2, 3. Okay, nums array contains 3, 2, 3. So nums array contains 3, 2, 3. Now we are calling the function majority element and we are passing the nums array. We are passing the nums array. So my nums array becomes 3, 2, 3. Find out the length. Length n is equal to your 3. There are 3 elements are there. Now, for I in nums, so first time I value is 3. If nums dot count of I, count of 3 is how much? If it is greater than n by 2, count of 3 is how much? Count of 3 is present 2 times. So it is 2. Is it greater than n by 2? N is how much? 3 by 2 is 1. It is 1. Then return that value as the majority element. Then I is the majority element. Right? So this is the simplest solution for this problem to check whether the element is a majority element or not. I hope this question's solution is understood. Let us move on to the next question. The name of the problem statement is richest customer wealth. You are given a m by n integer grid accounts where accounts of ij is the amount of money the ith customer has in the jth bank. Okay. Now return the wealth that the richest customer has. A customer's wealth is the amount of money they have in all their bank accounts. The richest customer is the customer that has the maximum wealth. Okay, very simple problem. Let us understand. Now, in the accounts, we have 2 rows. Now, row 0, 1, 2, 3, and 3, 2, 1. So, each row 0, 1, and each column 0, 1, 2. each row is for customer 1. So this is for customer 1 and this is for customer 2. Okay. Now what are these values? These are their wealth. These values are their wealth. Now return the wealth that the richest customer has. So what is the wealth that customer 1 is having? Customer 1 is having the wealth 1 plus 2 plus 3, it is having wealth 6. Customer 2 is having the wealth 3 plus 2 plus 1, it is also 6. Okay. So both the customers are considered to be richest because both have the same wealth. So return 6 is the total wealth. Okay. Coming to second. Now in your accounts there are 3 customers. First one is having wealth 1 and 5. Second one 7 and 3. Third one 3 and 5. This is your customer 1. Customer 2 and this is customer 3. Okay. What is the wealth of customer 1? It is 5 plus 1, 6. What is the wealth of customer 2? It is 7 plus 3, 10. What is the wealth of customer 3? It is 5 plus 3, 8. So who is richest? Second customer is richest. So the second customer is the richest of wealth 10. Okay. Similar way you can check with the third one also. Now how to write down the code for this problem? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let us take the second example or first example. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Now, 1, 2, 3 and 3, 2, 1. This is the matrix given to me. Now, we are calling a function called maximum wealth and we are passing this accounts matrix. So, account matrix is passed. Okay, what is my account matrix? It looks like this. You have to imagine. It's a grid 1, 2, 3 of 2 customers 3, 2, 1. 0th customer, first customer. Okay, this is column number 0, 1, 2. Now, for every account in accounts, I am finding out the sum of accounts. That means for every customer, I am applying this sum function, sum of 1, 2, 3, I am doing. So, which will give me 6. Okay. Now, again for second, so it becomes 6, comma. For the second customer also, I am doing sum of 3, 2, 1, which gives me 6. So it becomes a list of 6, 6. And I am applying the function max outside. Max of 6, 6 is 6. So it will return the maximum wealth as 6 to me. This is a very simple question, that how to check the richest customer wealth. Let us move on to the next question. Next question is fetch budge. Now, given an integer n, return a string array answer, one indexed, where answer of I is equal to fetch budge if I is divisible by both 3 and 5. Answer of I is equal to only fetch if I is divisible by 3. Answer of I is equal to budge if I is divisible by 5. And answer of I is equal to I as a string. You have to remember I as a string. So you have to imagine like this. If none of the above conditions are true. Okay. Now, if you consider n is equal to 3, so n is equal to 3 if you consider, then 3 is divisible by both 3 and 5? No. 3 is divisible by first time. So I is equal to, if you will consider I is equal to n is equal to 3, it is divisible by 3? Yes. So you have to return fetch. You have to return fetch. Okay. So we will start with 0, 1, 2 up to n times you have to run the loop. So what it will return, we will check it out. Okay. Let us see how to write down the code for this fetch budge problem. Now for n is equal to 3. Okay. We have taken one return list which is initially empty. We have taken a list which is initially empty. Right. For I in the range of 1 to n plus 1. What is the value of 1? So I is equal to 1 to n plus 1 is 4. Okay, so 1 to 4, so that means I will take up the values 1, 2 and 3, right? So first time I value is equal to 1. Okay, that 1 is 1 modulus 3 is equal to 0 and 1 modulus 5 is equal to 0, no. So this condition is false. For I is equal to 1. 1 modulus 3 is equal to 0, no. Here also it is no. 1 modulus 5 is equal to 0, no. So, if nothing is true, then it will come to the final else. Return how much? You return that list append of string of I. So, the list is empty, so it will contain I is equal to 1 as a string. Right? Second time, I becomes 2. 2 modulus 3 is equal to 0? No. 2 modulus 5 is equal to 0? No. Okay? So, these two conditions are also false. So, append of string of I. So, 2 will be appended as a string. Third time, when I becomes 3, okay, I modulus 3 is 0, but 3 modulus 5 not 0. So coming to the second one, 3 modulus 3 is equal to 0, yes. Then how much we have to append to the list? We have to append the string fetch. We have to append the string fetch to this. So this way, so next time my loop will be over, and what I have to return? I have to return 1, 2, fetch. This is list of strings as the output. So you can see the question. This is the desired answer for this question for n is equal to 3. Similarly, for n is equal to 5, you can check. For n is equal to, for I is equal to g, for I is equal to 1, it is 1. For I is equal to 2, it is 2. For I is equal to 3, condition will be fetch, it is true. For I is equal to 4, it is 4. For I is equal to 5, it is budge. Similar way for the last test case also. So this program is going to satisfy all the test cases. Okay. Now let us move on to the next problem. Next problem is number of steps to reduce a number to 0. Given an integer num, return the number of steps to reduce it to 0. In one step, if the current number is even, then you have to divide it by 2. Otherwise, you have to subtract 1 from it. Okay. Now, suppose your input number is 14. Then, what is the output you are expecting is 6. How we will get 6? So, what is given in the question? If the number is even, then you have to divide by 2. Okay. My 14 is an even number. You have to divide by 2. So, how much you are getting? So, 14 by 2. 14 by 2. You are getting 7. Right? Okay. Now, 7 is an odd number. Yes. So, you have to subtract 1 from it. If it is an odd number, you have to subtract 1. So, it is 7 minus 2 is 6. 6 is an even number. So, you have to do your 6 by 2, which is 3. 3 is an odd number. So, 3 minus 1, it becomes 2. 2 is even. So, your 2 by 2 becomes 1. 1 is odd. So, you have to do 1 minus 1, it is 0. So, in how many steps you have done it? In 6 steps you have done, you have reduced a number to 0. So that is your number of steps is 6. Right? Now, how to write down the code for solving this question? Now, let us understand num is equal to 14. N is equal to 14 you have to take. Right? Okay. Now, we are calling a function steps and we are passing 14. So, we are passing 14 here. Right? Now, initially, what is the, we have taken a counter because we have to count the number of steps. Initially, counter is equal to 0. Now, while n, what is the value of n? Is 14. Now, the number modulus 2, 14 modulus 2 is equal to 0? Yes. If it equal to 0, then we have to increment our counter. So, my count becomes 1 and number becomes number by 2, it becomes 7. Right? Okay. Second time, my number has reduced to 7. Second time, 7 modulus 2 is equal to 0? No. So, I have to subtract 1. So, my count becomes 2 and n is 7 minus 1, it becomes 6. Right? Third time, my number becomes 6. 6 by 2, 6 modulus 2 is equal to 0? Yes. My count is incremented to 3. My number is reduced to 6 by 2. It becomes 3. Right? Next time my number becomes 3. Okay. Now 3 is a odd number. Come to else part. So my count increased to 1. So it is 4. And number becomes 3 minus 1. It becomes 2. Next time my number becomes 2. Now 2 is a even number. Yes. So your increment the count becomes 5 and n is equal to 2 modulus 2 is 1. Next time my number becomes 1. Yes. Now it's an odd number. Now coming here, increment the count to 6 and n is equal to 1 minus 1. It becomes 0. So when my number becomes 0, my loop is going to stop because the loop is false now. The loop is false. Okay. And finally, once the loop is over, I have to return my count and the counter value is 6 over. Okay. This is the way we have to solve this question, and after 6 steps, the number is reduced to 0. Now, let us move on to the next question. The next problem statement is running sum of 1D array. Given an array nums, we define a running sum of an array as running sum of I is equal to sum of num of 0 up to num of I. Return the running sum of nums. For example, if my nums array contains 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Running sum is obtained as the first value as 1. Second one is 1 plus 2 becomes 3. Third one is 3 plus 2 plus 1 becomes 6. And 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 becomes 10. So it is 1, 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 2 plus 1, 6. And the whole thing is 10. This is called the running sum formula. Next test case. Nums array contains 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So what we will do? First one is 1. Then running sum of this 2 is 2. Then this 3 is 3. This 4 is 4. All this is 5. Okay, this is the formula. Now here also same. First time it is 3. Next time 3 plus 1 becomes 4. Next time 3 plus 1 plus 2 is 6. Next time 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 10 is 16. And then the all. It is 17. Okay, this way we have to solve this question. Now, let us see how to write down the code. Now, we have taken one example. Nums array is containing 1, 2, 3, 4. We are calling a function running sum and we are passing nums. Okay, so my nums array is 1, 2, 3, 4. For I in the range of 1 to length of nums. What is length of nums? Is 4. Okay, range of range of 1 to 4. So, which is I will take the values 1, 2 and 3. Stop minus 1. So, it is 1, 2, 3. So, first time I value is equal to 1. So, what we will do? We will add nums of I, nums of 1 is equal to nums of 1 plus nums of I minus 1, which is 0. So, keeping the first element as it is, nums of 1, how we are computing, it should be in place. So, nums of 1 is nums of 1 plus the value at nums of 0. We will add it up. So, it is 0, 1, 2, 3. What is the value at nums of 1? It is 2 plus nums of 0 value is 3. So, it becomes 3. Okay. So, in my array, first one is as it is. Next value change to 3. Okay. Next time, nums of 2. When I becomes 2 is nothing but nums of 2 plus nums of 1. Nums of 1. So, nums of 2 is how much? Nums of 2 is your 3. Plus nums of 1 change to 3 already. So, it becomes 3 plus 3 becomes 6. So, it is 6. Okay. Similar way, for nums of 3, we will compute, which is 10 and we will write it down. Okay. So, it is already 6 plus 4 becomes 10. So, in this way, in place, it will compute the running sum of the array. I hope this question is understood. Now, let us move on to the next question. That is called remove elements. Now, what is the problem statement? Let us understand first. Given an integer array nums and an integer value, remove one integer array is given as nums and one integer value. Remove all occurrences of value in nums in place. The order of the elements may be changed. Okay. Then return the number of elements in nums which are not equals to value. Only the nums array should contain the numbers which is not same as the value. Fine. Consider the number of elements in nums which are not equal to value be k. Suppose k number of such elements are there which is not same as value. To get accepted, you need to do the following things. Change the array nums such that the first k elements of the nums contain the elements which are not equal to value. Okay. The remaining elements of the nums are not important as well as the size of the nums. Okay. Now let us understand the problem statement through test cases. First test case says that nums array contains 3, 2, 2, 3 and value is equal to 3. That means in the nums array 3 should not be there. Okay. And how many 3s are there? 2 3s are there. And we should contain only the numbers which are not same as value. So the numbers which are not same as this value is 2 and 2. 2 and 2 should be there. 3 and 3 should not be there. So your function should return k is equal to 2. The first two elements of nums being 2. So how many are there in my nums array finally? 2. Okay. It doesn't matter what you leave beyond the returned k. These are underscores. Okay. They are nothing. Now, second test case, if you'll see value is equal to 2. 2 is present how many times? 1, 2, 3 times. So these 3 times 2 should not be there. What are the remaining values should be present? That should be present as this one, this one, this one, this and this. Okay. That means how many values? That is 5 values should be there. So those values can be in any order. Okay. Those values can be in any order. Right. So let us see how to solve this question. Now, if my nums array contains 3, 2, 2, 3 and my value is equal to 3, let us understand. So we are calling a function remove element and we are passing the nums array and the value. Okay. We have taken the index is equal to 0. For I in the range of length of nums. Length of nums is how much? 4. So I will take the values from 0, 1, 2 and 3. 4 times my loop is going to run. Now I am checking. Nums of I. Nums of I means 0, 1, 2, 3. Nums of I means nums of 0. Nums of 0, the element which is containing at nums of 0, is it not equals to value? Value is how much? 3. Value is how much? 3. What is there at nums of 0? 3. 3 is not equals to 3? No. It is same as 3. Okay. So, next time, what will happen? If it is not equals to value, then we have to do these steps. Okay, fine. Then second time I is equal to 1. Now nums of 1 is not equals to 3. Nums of 1 contains how much? 2. 2 is not equals to 3. Yes. If it is yes, then what we are going to do? Nums of index. So nums of index. Index number is how much? Index number is nums of index number is 0th index. At 0th index, what should be there? It should be nums of I. So, what is there in nums of I? I value is 1, which is equal to 2. 2 should be appended over here. So, 3, this has got replaced and now it is containing only 2. Right. Now, index plus plus. Now, index becomes 1. Index becomes 1. Next time. Nums of 2. Now, nums of 2 contains how much? Nums of 2 contains 2. Okay. 2 is not equals to 3. Yes, it is not equals to 3. Yes. Then what do you have to do? Nums of index, nums of 1. First index. What we should replace? We should replace with nums of I. Nums of I means 2. So here it is replaced with 2. Here also it is replaced with 2. And index is plus plus. Index becomes 2. Okay. Now I becomes 3. Now, nums of 3 is not equals to 3. Nums of 3 contains how much? Nums of 3 contains your 3. 3 is not equals to 3. No. So this loop is going to stop. Okay. In this way, what is appended to my nums array? It is 2, 2. Okay. So remaining are empty. Right? And return the index. So how many times you have appended? How many values you have appended? That is, it contains only your, you have removed the duplicate elements, and the value which is there, you have removed it, and remaining you have written the index. That index is nothing but 2 times you have done this process. Okay, this way we can solve this question, remove elements. Thank you so much. In this video we have tried to solve many problems using the concept of list dictionary tuple, and so this way you can solve a number of problems to improve your Python programming skills. Hope you like this video. Thank you so much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.